Hey guys, welcome to another episode of US Geography Made Simple. I'm Raymond, and in the last episode, we briefly discussed all 7 regions of the United States. In this episode, we'll go in depth on one of them, the Northeast, or more commonly known as New England. Location, location, location. The region of New England is bordered by land to the north and west, and water to the east and south. To the north, it's bordered by Canada. To the west, it's bordered by New York. To the east, it's bordered by the Atlantic Ocean, and finally, to the south, it's bordered by the Long Island Sound. The states. New England is consisted of a few states. The states include Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. An interesting fact is that some of the smallest U.S. states can be found in this region, and Maine takes almost half the land in New England. Largest cities. The largest cities of New England include Boston, Massachusetts, shown on these two pictures, Worcester, Massachusetts, Providence, Rhode Island, shown right here, and finally, Springfield, Massachusetts. Alright, onto physical geography. Here's where things get a bit trickier. The first aspect of physical geography we'll be talking about is mountain ranges. So, when it comes to mountain ranges in New England, you basically have the Appalachian Mountains, which is the main range that runs from Canada to Georgia. However, within the Appalachian Mountains, there are 3 smaller subranges: the Green Mountains in Vermont, the White Mountains in New Hampshire, and finally the Berkshires in western Connecticut and Massachusetts. Mountain peaks. To ace any geography test or competition, you'll probably only need to know these 3 mountain peaks for New England. Mount Washington is the tallest mountain in New England, and it's located in the state of New Hampshire. Additionally, it's famous for its bad weather. Mount Katahdin is the tallest mountain in the state of Maine, and it's the northern terminus of the Appalachian Trail. In other words, the Appalachian Trail's northern end. And finally, Mount Mansfield. It's the tallest mountain in the state of Vermont and the Green Mountains. Rivers. So when it comes to rivers in New England, there's 3 that you should know. The first one is the Connecticut River. The second one is the Kennebec River. And finally, the third one is the Merrimack River. The Connecticut River is the longest and most important river in New England that forms the border between New Hampshire and Vermont before emptying out into the Long Island Sound. The Kennebec River is the longest river completely within the state of Maine. And lastly, the Merrimack River is a river that begins in central New Hampshire and empties out onto the New Hampshire-Massachusetts border. Continuing with physical geography, let's explore the lakes of New England. Alright, so the first lake is Lake Champlain. Lake Champlain is one of the largest lakes in the country and the largest lake in New England. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's the 13th largest in the country in terms of area. It's located on the Vermont and New York border, but also note that it does extend to Canada. Next, we have Moosehead Lake. It's the largest lake in the state of Maine, and it's also the source of the Kennebec River, which we learned just a little earlier. And finally, we have Lake Winnipesaukee, which is the largest lake in New Hampshire. Peninsulas. So here, technically, you only need to know one of them, but I added one just because I thought it was really cool and I wanted to share it. So the one that you need to know is Cape Cod. Cape Cod is basically this giant hook that extends out from southeastern Massachusetts and into the Atlantic Ocean. Islands. So in New England, we have 5 main islands/island groups. We have Martha's Vineyard, the largest of them, Nantucket, both of which are actually popular tourist destinations, the Elizabeth Islands, Block Island, and finally Mount Desert Island, the home of the famous Acadia National Park. And finally, for bays, sounds, and gulfs, we have the Gulf of Maine, which is basically this huge pocket of water off the Atlantic Ocean. We have Long Island Sound, which is this body of water sandwiched between Connecticut and Long Island. Furthermore, we have Buzzards Bay, which is this little pocket of water to the southwest of Cape Cod. And last but not least, Cape Cod Bay, which is surrounded on 2 sides by the Cape Cod Peninsula. That's all for today. I hope you learned something new, and see you next time.